It's your Pratt Pack getting ready to talk NFL draft with Greg Dell's Advantage Management Group. We have got a lot of stuff to get to, but they've got 25 beers on tap at Jimmy K's, the all-new menu. Folks, if this don't get your grub on, nothing will, okay? Now, over here, they got so much going on with HD TVs, an amazing jukebox that kicks it till at least 2 in the morning, and you gotta be in a pool league if you're from NB or Beaver County. Great pool table, a back bar, and if that's not enough, this is what you call their specialty, all right? Follow me. Not only will you have a crush on some of the wonderful bartenders here, they got some amazing women like Trisha Gray and of course Ashley Casey, many others. They got their signature crush drinks. It is absolutely scrumptious. It'll make you feel as though you're going to the islands. Now, my man Jimmy Klein, Jimbo, is rocking the brand new Samsung Galaxy S7, and now it's time to go to work. So let's pull up a chair. Greg Diolis, ladies and gentlemen, Advantage Management Group. I've known him for years. I don't have no swag that looks like that. And I'm still waiting for some swag from Jimmy K, because they got the baddest and coolest stuff on the planet when it comes to swag. Now, let me pull this over here. Jimmy, take a seat, get in here. We got Jimmy shooting the video. Now we got a lot to get to. We're going to start off. It's the Pens game 1. It's Ovechkin and Crosby, second round. It's happening tomorrow at the Verizon Center. More on the Pens hosting games on May 2nd and May 4th. Limited amount of tickets. They are going to have the big screen kicking again for only the home games at the Consol Energy Center, and they got the brand new Gold Rush gear out there too, so you can get it and get ready to cheer those Penguins on to victory. Last time these guys got together was in 09. We all know what happened that year. The Pens won the Stanley Cup, but it was a slugfest. They counterpunched all the way to 7 games. I'm going to tell you, this is more about Ovechkin and Crosby, but this is a matinee matchup that people in the NHL, Greg, have to love.
That's a beautiful thing, and one of the things that they said that Crosby visited Ovechkin last week, and they were going to have a drink together, but it was at Ovechkin's house, and they had no cups, so they weren't able to have anything that night.
Well, listen, hopefully it'll be Lord Stanley's cup, and he can come over to Crosby's house.
That's what we're talking about.
I do want to say one thing. I'm a big fan of Alexander Ovechkin, the Russian. There's also another Russian by the name of Evgeny Malkin. They may be from the same country, but they don't like each other, okay? Going to get a little physical, maybe.
I believe it, and that would be interesting, because one of the things that these guys, they talk that, yeah, we're countrymen and we like each other, and they talk the right stories, but I think there's a little bit of bad blood right there.
All right, let's kind of break this thing down if we can a little bit. You have got a young goaltender for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Matt Murray, a rookie, 21 years of age. We all know that the great Marc-Andre Fleury has been out with concussion issues. I don't know if you could even think, even if Marc-Andre Fleury gets a passing grade, to pull him out of net right now, because he has just been spectacular.
Yeah, it's all about the hot hand in the NHL, and you have a hot hand in a really hot hand in a guy that everybody kind of now thinks is the future for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and everybody's talking about maybe that makes Marc-Andre Fleury expendable. There's no reason to expend him at this juncture. Keep them both. There's going to be plenty of hockey to be played for both of them, and there may be a time when Marc-Andre Fleury is needed down the road.
Now, Brian Holtby, who's the netminder for Washington, spectacular against the Flyers, who Washington beat in the first round. But the Pens absolutely demolished a future Hall of Famer in Henrik Lundqvist. 4 goals a game, and they've got 4 strong lines, so they've got a massive offensive team, this Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah, everybody talks about you need a hot goaltender, but you also need the horses in front of you to kind of give you an opportunity as a goaltender to succeed. The Penguins just blistered King Henrik, so he was not able to be defensed in that situation. I look for the Penguins to kind of try to continue that onslaught.
Only 2 power play goals, 19 shorthanded moments, those stints that really proved big for the Pens, who are playing great defensive hockey right now too.
Yeah, and they had a couple of instances where they scored shorthanded. So one of the things with the Penguins, they have such offensive firepower. When they are shorthanded, it just gives them more room on the ice, and those guys give a little bit more room to skate, and they can actually be productive as they're shorthanded.
Now listen, Great Lakes Brewing, big night here tonight, all sorts of swag. Pirate jerseys, ticket giveaways, Buccos in Colorado. You want to watch the Pirates morning, noon, and night. The place to be is Jimmy K's in New Brighton. I can't say enough about what Jimmy Klein has done here for this amazing bar that was owned for years by my cousin Rick Michaels. Go ahead.
You can't forget about Icy Lights for $2.
No. Or Ed Shewak told me it would be back. Get your ribbon on. Everybody deserves a blue ribbon from time to time. Now, let's get back to the Penguins a little bit, because I'm really excited about what I see. As I said earlier, it's not really all about Crosby and Ovechkin. The Pens have a youth movement going on like I just have never seen any NHL team have so much youth and strength. Ryan Russ coming off of a 2-goal performance against the Rangers. We've got Connor Sheary and other guys, Matt Murray that I mentioned, that are just getting their sea legs in the National Hockey League. So the upside of the Pittsburgh Penguins, it's incredible when you think about the next 4 to 5 and maybe even 8 to 10 years.
Well, Rob, just as our partner on the Black and Gold Sunday show, the Coos Black and Gold Sunday show, Bob Jaworczyk pointed out, Mike Sullivan coached a lot of these kids at Wilkes-Barre, so they were already used to the system, and he knew what was coming down the pipeline. To be able to infiltrate those guys into the guys that was up has been very influential in what the Penguins have been able to do.
Now, Brooks Orbick, you may remember him. He got smacked by Ryan White of Philadelphia, got his bell rung pretty good, so he's kind of iffy, but they've got a very strong blue line, the Washington Capitals, so the Pens are going to have to earn it. They're definitely going to have to earn it.
Well, you're talking about one of the best teams in hockey, actually, I guess the point leader in the NHL, so this is not going to be some easy pickings for the Penguins.
Now, Evgeny Malkin, I just want to say one thing. He's just kind of getting back in the swing of things, but this guy can literally put a team on his shoulders. So if I'm Washington, no matter what the health report says, I keep my shoulder on his shoulder as much as I possibly can, because he's the type of guy, not that Crosby can, but I've seen Malcolm do it, where hat trick after hat trick after hat trick, he can literally put a team on his shoulder.
He can, and that's the trouble that you have when you have to play against the Penguins. It's almost a pick your poison. You can only defend, you can only put your first line against one of them unless they're playing together. I kind of like when they don't match them but mix them, and I think that's what Sullivan will be doing this year.
By the way, of getting Malkin 7 points in 4 games, not too shabby. So we've got game 3 and 4 coming to the Consol Energy Center, the first 2 at the Verizon Center. Please get your tickets. There's some individual tickets out there, but it is always the hottest ticket in town. Now, the big ticket item is, of course, the NFL Draft tomorrow, and it's going to be held at the Auditorium Theater in Chicago, Illinois. 8 o'clock in the evening. You can watch it in prime time. No one does it better than ESPN. I'm really excited about the LA Rams being back in Los Angeles, getting the first overall pick. Let's just get some of your early observations, because Advantage Management Group, this is what you do for a living. You've got a lot of players that are hoping to be a part of that big day.
Yeah, and it's been interesting. You talk about the LA Rams. The LA Rams have their people really out canvassing the back end of the draft too. They're making their calls. They're checking in on all of the guys that are not necessarily going to be the number 1 type guys, and they've given away a lot of their picks to get that overall number 1. But they still have some guys in the background, and they could trade back in to get up into the draft. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on during that last 2 days of the draft that really makes it fun for guys like me.
Well, you know, Cleveland gave away that number 2 because they believe in their mind they've got RG3. But here's the ironic thing. They and San Francisco have the most selections in the draft. We're talking 12. And of those 2 teams, you've got to believe, even Colin Kaepernick, who's a great athlete, they need a lot of help in Frisco.
Well, and that's interesting because supposedly Kaepernick is on the block for San Francisco to even get more picks, which, you know, how many rookies can you put into your lineup? I don't know how much sense that makes. You better make sure you've got a good quarterback if you're going to go that direction.
Steelers, number 25 in the first round. Your thoughts?
Everybody thinks they're going defensive back. I guess the mock drafts nowadays are leaning more towards safety, and a lot of people like this kid out of West Virginia, Carl Joseph, who has been really a very productive player for the Mountaineers. I would like to see the Steelers stay in that defensive backfield. If there's a good big cornerback available, you got to take a big corner if you can get one.
Now, I'm a big fan of Philadelphia sports. I do. I love Philly.
What the heck's wrong with you?
I know. It is what it is. Maybe because Joe Frazier in Philadelphia, it is what it is. But The Eagles have an opportunity now to get themselves a big-time player. A lot of people think it's going to be Goff and Wentz 1 and 2, meaning the big quarterbacks. Goff out of California and Wentz out of North Dakota State. What do you think?
I can't imagine with a really high pick like that going with a guy that's never played a Division I football game. If you're going to go high, you got to go with Goff. He's been more of a proven commodity and he's played against the big-time players. He's used to trying to fit that ball into windows that close up really fast. I couldn't justify going with Wentz that high.
Now listen, they have great food here. It's an all-new menu. But I think Jimmy would actually admit every once in a while you got to have a Brighton hot dog shop chili dog if you come to New Brighton, right, Jimmy?
Oh yeah.
You know it. So we love the Papa family and been a big fan and a big supporter of the Brighton hot dog shop. And the only reason I thought about that because I drove by there tonight and I just have chili dogs on my mind. Now I want to talk about the coverage. I really admire ESPN. I think they do a great job. And of course, you're going to have that first round happening tomorrow. Then they're going to work it right through the weekend. But they really, I got to give Commissioner Roger Goodell a lot of credit. I mean, I'm a guy that likes to watch the combines. I love the NFL Network. But ESPN, this is what they do best.
Well, Mel Kiper is the guy that, he was created by the draft, but he was also the guy who helped create the draft. And the infamous incident with Bill Tobin when Tobin said, "Who the heck is Mel Kiper and has he ever worn a jockstrap?" But that thing lives on. Everybody loved that type of thing, and the back and forth that goes on. And Chris Berman with the picks at VMG World Headquarters, we have both ESPN on and the NFL Network. But I really tend to watch the ESPN coverage. It's a lot more fun.
Their big client, obviously, is Derek Wolfe, who is a member of the Denver Broncos Super Bowl team. How's he doing?
He's outstanding. He's really in good shape. They are now in their off-season program with the Broncos, and he's just getting ready to go. He's going to really blow it up this year. Some of those other guys, like Malik Jackson, is now out of the way. It's going to give Wolfie a chance to really start.
All right, as we go to tape here at Jimmy K's, they're underway in the Mile High City of Colorado, meaning in Denver, and the Pirates and Rockies are deadlocked at 0-0. Andrew McCutcheon last night, I mean, he was like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Muscle Beach Party. What was up with that?
Didn't he make Hurdle look like a genius? Give him a night off. All of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. He's knocking the ball all over the yard. He's already started off with a double tonight. So there really is something that jump-started him maybe to propel them on. And the Bucks have won 7 out of their last 10.
Now, just like Nike, just do it. John Meach comes from the Big Apple to Pittsburgh. Neil Walker, the native son, goes to New York. Everybody's like, what did we get? I think we got a pretty good pitcher. He's going tonight, by the way.
We got a pretty good hitter as of the other day, too. A big hit in the extra inning game in Arizona. But, he is a guy that's stabilizing the middle of the rotation, which was necessary. You had the big guns in Liriano and Garrett Cole, but then you needed somebody to get you down the next part of the order, and he's done a very good job at that.
Just some of the other players. Starling Marte right now at bat, he just comes to mind. I think he's got off to a very strong start. Just your overall thoughts of the Pirates' first month in the season.
They've done what they needed to do. Just stay the course. You can't win the league championship in April. You can lose it, and they haven't done that. They're within 3 games of the league. They're going to be fine. And I'll tell you what's really been stunning has been Marte's throwing the ball this year. All the throws have been cut off appropriate, but really he's got a tremendous arm, and it's always on target.
Anything else on your mind? Anything else going on?
I think it's an exciting night. This is a great place out here, Jimmy. I love this joint. I got my Cajun wings on order here, and look forward to watching a couple of innings.
Listen, before we go, your daughter, Carlington, softball, she had an amazing performance. We have to give her some love, don't I?
I love Abby like there's no tomorrow, but she threw a perfect game, and I'm not going to comment on who it was against or how many innings it was. It was a perfect game, and that's all that matters. I was very proud of her.
Now listen, before we go, they got some great people here, very responsible people. We always remind you, never drink and drive. In the Valley, get that Uber Sync or JD Taxi. And if you're coming from the Bird Yellow Cab of Pittsburgh, they'll get you here and take you home. We love what Jimmy has done here. This is truly a landmark. Been here for a long time in New Brighton, and he's really stepped up the game here. So ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we're going to watch some baseball and relax a little bit, and we'll talk to you real soon. Good night from Jimmy K's in the heart of New Brighton, Pennsylvania, and my beloved Beaver County. This is your Pratte Pack. So long, everybody.